All right. Hormones, specifically estrogen in men. That's what we're diving into today.
Sounds intriguing.
We're talking about DIM 3X,
Oh,
a
shit.
supplement claiming to be the answer to any estrogen problems a guy might have.
Okay.
And we're going straight to the source for this deep dive. topnaturalhealth.com.
Makes sense. Getting it right from the company themselves.
Exactly. And full transparency, they are sponsoring this episode. But W, that doesn't mean we're going easy on them. We're putting on our critical thinking hats, going to unpack the science behind their claims, figure out what's hype, what's fact, all that good stuff.
Sounds good to me.
Is DIM 3X worth your money? That's what we want to find out.
Let's do it.
Now, when you hear estrogen, I'm betting you think, hold on, isn't that like a women's hormone?
Yeah, most people do. It's usually associated with women's health.
Right. But here's the thing. Men, we make estrogen too. And it's more important than you might think.
Way more than people realize. It really is fascinating. We tend to focus on testosterone as the big one for men, but estrogen plays a crucial role too. Bone density, libido, even your mood and energy levels are tied into estrogen.
So we're talking about a balance, right? Not just testosterone running the show.
Exactly.
But what happens if things get out of whack? Like too much estrogen? What happens to a guy then?
Well, that's when you start seeing those unwanted symptoms pop up. And topnaturalhealth.com, they list a bunch of them on their website. Fatigue, that stubborn belly fat that just won't go away.
Oh, I know that one.
Right. Mood swings can be a problem too. And even, well, a dip in your libido.
Okay, so not good.
Definitely not the recipe for a good time.
So I'm guessing this is where DIM 3X waltzes in. The knight in shining armor here to save the day.
You got it. They're claiming it can help with all those issues.
Okay, but how? What is this stuff?
It all comes down to DIM, that stands for diindolylmethane. It's a compound naturally occurring, and you find it in cruciferous vegetables.
Cruciferous. You're talking about like broccoli.
Yep. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts.
Stuff your mom always said to eat.
Exactly. And that's actually one of the things that's made DIM popular as a supplement.
So wait, hold on. Something found naturally in food can mess with my hormones.
That's what they're saying. See, DIM doesn't just lower your total estrogen. It's more like, imagine a traffic controller, but for your hormones.
A traffic controller. Okay, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
So what's it directing?
All right, so estrogen, it comes in different forms in your body. You've got 2-hydroxyestrogen, which is generally considered the good estrogen. It's associated with beneficial effects in men.
Good estrogen. Got it.
And then there's 16-hydroxyestrogen. This one's linked to some of those negative symptoms we talked about. DIM supposedly shifts the balance towards the good, the 2-hydroxy, while reducing the 16-hydroxy.
Interesting. So less about getting rid of estrogen entirely and more about making sure it's, I don't know, playing for the right team.
Exactly. It's about optimizing how your body processes it. That's a good way to put it. And it's not just about the DIM itself. They've got this whole formula, right? DIM 3X, they also include bioperine.
Bioperine. That rings a bell.
It's a patented extract, comes from black pepper.
Wait, really? Like the stuff I put on my eggs?
Yep, that's the one. But in this case, it's not about the spice.
Okay, so what's it doing in there?
Well, bioperine is supposed to help your body absorb the DIM better.
So it's like a sidekick, making the DIM work even better.
Exactly. It enhances the bioavailability, fancy way of saying more of that DIM actually gets to do its job.
Ah, got it. Like, I can take all the vitamins I want, but if my body's not absorbing them...
It's a waste, right?
Exactly.
And on top of that, they've also thrown in vitamin E and calcium D-glucarate.
And those are...
Both of those have been linked to hormone regulation in some studies.
Interesting. So they're really going all in on this formula. But, okay, let's say it works, right? All these ingredients are doing what they're supposed to. What does that actually mean for the average guy? What are the benefits?
Well, they make a lot of claims, gotta say. And to be fair, a lot of them do seem to connect back to what we know about how estrogen affects men.
Okay, so like what?
Well, remember how we talked about high estrogen being linked to that stubborn belly fat?
Yeah.
They're saying that by optimizing your estrogen metabolism, DIM 3X can help guys shed that extra weight, especially around the midsection.
So not just about looking better in the mirror, although, hey, bonus points for that.
Sure, but it's really addressing a potential health concern.
Right. Okay, what else? What other benefits are they claiming?
Increased energy, stamina, feeling more energized throughout the day. They actually have a bunch of testimonials on their website from guys saying they experienced these benefits firsthand.
Testimonials, huh? Well, you got to take those with a grain of salt,
Oh, absolutely. Everyone's different. What works for one guy might not work for another. testimonials are interesting, but they're not exactly scientific evidence.
Right, right. And let's not forget, this is all coming from the company trying to sell us something.
Exactly. So it's time to get a little skeptical, don't you think? Put our critical thinking caps on.
Love it when we do that.
Okay.
So what are the caveats here? What are the yeah buts we need to be aware of?
Well, the first one, and this is common with supplements, the research on DIM, it's promising, but it's still limited, meaning we need larger, more robust studies to say for sure if these benefits are real and how DIM stacks up against other ways to manage estrogen.
More research needed. Heard that one before.
It's true. And, it's important to consider potential side effects, too. Like any supplement, there's always a chance, even if it's rare.
Right. Nothing's risk-free.
Exactly. They say DIM is generally well tolerated, but some guys get mild digestive issues, headaches, skin reactions, things like that.
Okay, so definitely something to keep in mind. And, this brings up a really important point. We're not doctors, right?
Right. Not giving medical advice here.
This is all just information, and everyone listening, you got to talk to your doctor before you start any new supplement regimen.
Couldn't agree more. Especially important if you've got any health conditions, taking medications,
right?
Anything like that. Or even if you're thinking long-term with the DIM 3X. Talk to your doctor first. It can help you figure out if it's right for you, weigh the benefits and risks.
Right. Get that personalized advice.
Exactly.
Smart. And, this whole deep dive, it got me thinking. We've been talking about DIM as a supplement, right?
Right.
But remember how we said it's naturally found in those cruciferous veggies?
Oh, yeah. Like broccoli, Brussels sprouts.
Exactly. So could you get some of the same benefits just from eating more of those foods? Something to ponder.
Interesting thought. Definitely makes you think about the power of a good diet.
Right. Like, maybe we don't always need a pill to fix everything.
Sometimes the simplest answer is the best.
Well said. All right, folks, that's a wrap on our deep dive into DIM 3X and estrogen in men. We covered a lot of ground today. The science, the claims, the things to watch out for. Hopefully you're feeling a bit more informed about all this.
Definitely important to be informed.
If you want to learn more about DIM 3X, head over to topnaturalhealth.com. They got tons of info on their website about this stuff. And hey, if you do decide to try DIM 3X, our friends over there were kind enough to give us a promo code just for our listeners. Details are in the show notes. But remember, no matter what you decide, talk to your doctor first before starting any new supplement. Okay. They can steer you in the right direction. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. Until next time, stay curious and take care of yourselves.